Okay, we're sitting down here with Buddy Morris. We came down, Dave and I came down to the Cleveland Browns facility, and for a number of different reasons. One of the big reasons why we came down here is Dave has had some knee problems and got tested, and we're going to show some rehab stuff, but before we do that, we're going to have Buddy here explain exactly what happened with Dave, and let you go from there. Buddy?
Well, what Dave had done in the course of a box squatting workout, Jim, was as sitting back, he shifted forward slightly, which caused the anterior turn of the femur into the patella and the back of the kneecap. And what happened is Dave's kneecap laterally shifted slightly, but it shifted slightly just enough to cause irritation to the tissue around it, causing inflammation. Once inflammation sets in, you virtually shut down the VMO. And we know that the VMO is a postural muscle. It is a slow twitch fiber group, and it responds very well to a limited number of sets but very high volume of reps. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some simple exercises that we use with all our athletes as part of a warm-up before anybody gets under a squat bar to stimulate and activate their VMO, so it helps track and align the kneecap and protects that knee joint itself.
So before we get into this, would you recommend any of this stuff, not only with anyone, an athlete with an injury, but just basically any athlete in general?
I would
rehabilitation.
I would definitely recommend it for all athletes, because all athletes, because of the nature of athletics, with the intense acceleration, deceleration phases in most speed strength sports that we see, are always prone to some type of patellofemoral problem. And when the VMO shuts down, and especially from heavy squatting with a close stance, or they get too deep, they can cause some stress to the patella, causing irritation to that, causing what they call patellofemoral problems. So what we're going to do is show you some simple exercises that we believe will help prevent any type of patellofemoral problem from occurring. It's just what we call here is TKEs. They are terminal knee extensions. They've been referred to as Peterson step-ups by other trainers. And we're going to show you just different number of variations to activate the VMO in the last 20 to 30 degrees of extension with different types of resistance patterns. Because you know that no matter what we do, the body is going to accommodate any type of exercise we introduce to it. So once the body stops learning, the body will stop growing.
Okay. Thanks a lot, buddy. And let's go ahead and show the exercises.
You don't need to make that. Sure, you got Dave.
No, you're going to demonstrate from an athlete standpoint, and Dave will demonstrate from a pilot standpoint.
So you think he can flex this motor skill up?
Athletes.
He's doing it good. Toe to heel. Toe to heel.
All right, Jim, ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right, this is a TKE with a band. Obviously, we're just using a very cheap jump stretch band. All Dave is going to do is he's going to stand on one leg. Remember, your joints are doing one of two things during a movement. Joints are either mobilizing or they're stabilizing. So his right hip is going to stabilize. His left leg and left hip joint are going to be mobilized. All he does is drive up on the ball of the foot with the band attached behind the back of the knee and push his heel down into the ground, straightening his leg out and flexing his quad. This is a banded TKE. Look how weak that is. You also notice as Dave pushes back, a little shake, that's a muscular weakness. Okay, Jim. What the fuck are you, man? Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So this is all getting on film because this shit's funny.
That's from an injury. I don't know if he's ever to do this.
No, he might not.
You might not be able to do this one.
Man, if I
Slow
slow down,
lower.
it'll be even better for the tape now.
Yeah, slow lower.
What do you do?
This is just
You want
what
some
we
heat?
call a low box heel touch for TKE.
You want capsule?
All you do is going to touch your heel slightly. Obviously, you're standing on one limb unilaterally, so there's
Keep all the weight on the inside of your foot.
weight on the inside leg, so there's more of a degree of difficulty involved. There's more proprioception, balance, and stabilization occurred. So your activation is going to be greater.
You realize I'm not a gymnast, right? We're going straight to the fucking
David's
box,
a
Joe.
6-inch box.
Okay, now dorsiflex your right foot. Just light heel touch, go down slow. And you're ready for that right box.
Get him off the platform.
You might want to stand on the platform first.
Hey, buddy.
Because of his weakness. There you go. Okay, ready, Jim?
Yeah, what's explain that, you know, that he could not do those, so what's the progression from there?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
We first started Dave on our first progression of TKE with a band. One thing I failed to mention is TKEs can be also done in a multi-hip machine. It is a closed chain activity to stimulate the VMO. This is the second progression we would use with Dave. Obviously, hold on one second here, Dave. Obviously, the body's going to adapt to anything we present to it at some point in time. We're all going to accommodate a resistance pattern exercise, so continue to improve, continue to get better. We will change exercise and resistance patterns. One of the ways we do that is we'll do a low box, light heel touch. Now on this, because we're going, all our weight is on our inside leg or the leg we're working, there's a greater degree of difficulty because now you've got a balance on this leg. So recruitment patterns neurologically and musculoskeletally are going to be enhanced simply because of the unilateral movement. And all Dave is going to do is he's going to dorsiflex his right ankle, light heel touch, going down slow, emphasizing the eccentric lowering, and stand straight up. Now notice he is on just a 2-inch platform because of the degree of Dave's injury and it's early in the rehab process. We start him very low. As he gets stronger, we will progress with a higher box. You better demonstrate this. Let's go low box heel touch without the band and with the band. So I'm just going to show him a different. Yeah.
Yep, we're ready.
Another variation is Tommy Myzinski, our other strength coach of the Cleveland Browns, the brains behind our team here. It's going to demonstrate a higher TKE, single leg activity, low box, soft heel touch off a higher box. As Tommy emphasized eccentric lowering, just lightly touches his heel and stands up. Again, the degree of difficulty, the complexity of the movement is increased simply because you're having to balance and work unilaterally. Now, to add another degree of difficulty to this exercise, what Tommy will do is he will turn sideways and now do a banded low box heel touch TKE. Once again, using the jump stretch band. Now he's increased the degree of difficulty just by adding the band as more resistance that is incurred beyond the body weight of the body.